Hey, welcome to our episode of Chad's Beer Reviews from Florida still. So I saw this at the supermarket and it just cracked me up when I saw it. So I just had to get it in review. This is the new Guinness Nitro IPA. On camera, I mean, it doesn't really look like an IPA. It looks kind of more like an amber ale. Definitely a super dark copper. It looks like red or brown on camera, but if I hold up to the light here, you can see it's more of a really dark copper and about a pinky of head, but it's nitro, so I mean it doesn't matter what glass you pour it in or how you pour it, it's always going to look pretty much the same. Very floral aroma. It's not like super aromatic, but I mean I definitely get a lot of flowers on here. I don't have anything else to say, so let's get in here. Cheers. The whole first half reminded me of like Bass Ale or like Boddington's. Some kind of like, British mild that's nitro like that. Because it wasn't like super flavorful or super hoppy up front. But then once it started to go down the back end, then I started to get the actual hops. And much like the nose, it's, kind of more floral, a little bit of citrus, and a bit of a pine in the aftertaste. Like was really concentrating on trying to pick up any kind of malt characteristic on it. The problem with nitro anything is the nitro tends to obscure the base brew. In the case of something like Guinness, like regular Guinness, it's fine because like that's a deliberately mild beer and you get all the flavor in the aftertaste. Sometimes like real big imperial stouts will come through. Like if you ever had Old Rasputin on nitro, like that's a really interesting experience. I'm not sure what the point of them doing, fairly, pretty for by American standards, pretty mild IPA. I mean, 5.8, 11. That's the size of the can. 44 IBUs, 5.8, 44 IBUs. Not super strong as far as bitterness or alcohol or anything. To me, this is drinking more like a pale ale than an IPA. I like the hop flavor. It's kind of like an orange candy taste to it, and that's about it. I mean, it's not bad at all, but it's far from good. Let's rate it on Rate Beer here. All right, aroma. Yeah, it's nice. It's okay. Kind of mild and tepid, or well, for aroma. Maybe I go 7. Even that's a little generous. Appearance, well, I don't know. I mean, it's like, how do you rate it? Because anytime you have a nitro, you kind of cheat on appearance because it's always going to stick with the big head and the, wicked creamy lacing. I just think the color's a little off. Like, that's very, very dark for an IPA. Like, this is more, like I said, more like an amber ale or something like that. I'll go 4 out of 5. And again, even that might be generous. But just whenever you see that lacing, it's just hard to say no, Taste, it doesn't taste bad. It just doesn't taste great. Might go 6 out of 10 on taste. For palate, I mean, this, like I said, I've said it like 10 times. It's like a Tetley's or a Boddington's Bass, something like that. It feels like a very light beer to me. Like it's because it's very light in flavor. It's very mild. Has kind of like a watery texture, although it is like really, really drinkable because it's nitro. I think IPAs are benefited by the carbonation because that kind of scrubs your tongue of all the hop oils and stuff. Not that this is super intense. I mean, 44 IBUs, that's more like a pale ale. But, I mean, it's not going to sell if they call it Guinness Pale Ale. So, I don't know. I tempted to go 3, but I might give it a 4 because it is easy to drink. All right, let's say 4. Overall, how about 14? Yeah, even that's a little generous. How about 30? Well, doesn't really matter if I go 13 or 14. It's still going to score a 6. It's a total score of 3.5. Yeah, so that's a high. I mean, I agree with that. It's like an okay beer. Like, I can drink this. I'm not sure if I would rush out and get a 6-pack of it. Well, maybe because it's cheap. This is like a very... I mean, if there ever was a starter gateway IPA, like this might actually be it. Like, you know, people who all they know is whatever you can get at Applebee's or something like that. You know, and I'd be curious to see how this appeals to the UK, Western Europe crowd. You know, but so yeah, I think I'll go 6 out of 10 for Guinness Nitro IPA. It's okay. You know, there's really like I'm not drinking this and there's nothing about it that's off-putting. Like I'm just finding it I'm like, it's, you know, it's pretty mild, but those hops are pretty nice. Just to me, I would just go in. My piece of advice would just be like, you go into this as a pale ale, not as an IPA. If you view it as a pale ale, it's pretty decent. So I guess that about does it for this episode of Chad's Beer Reviews. Still in Florida, should be for the rest of the future. So thanks for watching. I will see you guys next time. Cheers.